Vamos falar de blues.
Sou o Buda, estou aqui com o Slam Allen para uma entrevista e vamos falar de blues. Hi there, who's Slam Allen?
I'm somebody who, was born to make people happy. I've been in music, since I was born. My dad did it, my uncles did it, and ever since I was a young man, I wanted to just make people happy and travel the world. So that I'm every experience that I experienced, playing the blues, making people happy, good times, bad times, I'm just regular people like anybody else.
Okay, and what's your blues top 5 song-wise?
Well, that's a loaded question, man, because there's so many songs out there. But, like when one of the first songs that really captured me was How Blue Can You Get? That was, sang by the late, great B.B. King. That was like one of the songs. And then my dad, he used to put on songs like Hideaway from, Freddie King, and then I started to, listen to, different songs like, I like John Lee Hooker, Boom, 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 and, and then, I just, started to just pick stuff out that made me feel good. Songs like I'm in the Mood, and
Another
John Lee Hooker tune. But, early off, people call me a blues man, but what made me really listen to blues was I heard everything that blues, that came from the blues. The soul, the R&B, the funk, the rock and roll, and everything like that. And I don't know if I answered your question, but
if you can tell me just one more, you said 4 songs.
4 songs.
I need a top 5.
Yeah, I was trying to think of one, so I was talking in the middle.
You were running away from the question.
Yeah, running away from the question, But another one like I say, B.B. King, Let the Good Times Roll. Okay. That was sort of like like one of my signature tunes.
And how would you define blues for you? What is the blues for you, in your opinion?
Well, the blues is, I always say the blues is a feeling. You're feeling good, you're feeling bad, it's whatever at that moment that you feeling, it's the blues. And most people think it's just, an old man sitting on the porch crying about life. The blues is exciting, the blues is sad, the blues is happy, whatever. That's the blues.
And what was your first contact with blues? Do you remember it?
Yeah, it was my dad. My dad, he was a player, and my 2 uncles, they played. So that first day, my dad put on that B.B. King record, and it happened to be How Blue Could You Get? I was hooked,
Instant hook. And who's your favorite blues musician?
Well, of course, while I'm talking about it, it had to be the late, great B.B. King. Not because, just because of the blues, because he was an entertainer. He was a unique person that when you went to see B.B. King, you went to see B.B. King. It was, you can't mistake it. And so many people loved him because, he could connect to the audience and make the blues feel more than the blues. You felt like you was at a show. You felt like, I want to do that. And that's why I'm doing this, because of B.B. King.
It's a celebration, not only playing some songs.
Right, that's exactly what it is.
And from the living ones, who's your favorite bluesman?
From what now?
From the ones that are still alive.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. Most, as most of the blues people that made the music great are really old now or dead. So a lot of the people that I really listen to, like the B.B. Kings, the Freddie Kings, the Albert Kings, Stevie Ray Vaughan, You know, it can go on and on and on. All these people are passed by, you know. And the people today, not to say that they're not great, but they don't have, to me, the personalities that these people, you know, had. You know, the people that paved the way for it. Like even myself, I'm just a copy of what these great people, you know, started and made the music great. And I'm just taking it and trying to manifest it more. And, you know, a lot of people that play the blues, they play the blues very well. They may sing it very well, but they don't have the entertainment value sometimes. With it's all one package to make people say, huh, that's B.B. King, or that's whatever, you know. A lot of people don't stand out. A lot of people just stand together, you know what I mean?
And those guys invented it, so it's really easier.
It's easier.
Because they created the style that we love.
They created it, and all we can do, people like myself, is just basically try to be like them. You know, try to give that same feeling, that same, you know, energy, you know, when, you know, I hit the stage.
And have you found some new band or artists playing the blues that really got your mind? Although, as you said, it's not the same thing as those great classics, but someone that is reinventing the blues or even moving outside the blues. Is there any new artists?
I really don't, you know, tell you the truth, I really don't see anybody, you know, paving any ways or doing anything innovative. I see people doing it well. I see people, you know, representing the music, you know, like they should. But the blues is the blues. You know, if you play it a different way, then you're playing rock. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't see anybody reinventing the blues, but I do see a lot of people playing it well. And really, you know, making it happen.
And what's the influence, in your opinion? How do you think the blues influenced the 20th century and now the 21st century? What was the influence of the genre in other musical genres, and even in society?
Well, for me, you know, coming from, you know, United States, blues is the only original American art form. You know, it has been said by, you know, Congress of the United States, and blues started it all. It's the father of all American music. You know, so there wouldn't be rock and roll, there wouldn't be soul, there wouldn't be R&B, there wouldn't even be hip hop. You know, it wouldn't be all these different genres if it wasn't for the blues. You know, blues always been here, and it's always going to be here, and you'll be able to hear it through all the music that is happening right now. You know, the blues is the father of all that. And as you can see, it's in many countries, you know, and it's just a music that never dies.
Yeah.
You know?
And how do you see the blues health in the 21st century? What's your opinion about the state of blues nowadays?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, the blues is sort of, you know, dying in a way, because, you know, a lot of, you know, like my people, young black people, are not really jumping on it. You know, they're getting into more of the hip hop and all the modern type of music, but they're not preserving this art form. You know, they're not really, you know, realizing that this is our culture. You know, we are the ones that, you know, started, you know, this music. But right now, we are the ones that are turning away from it the most, you know. So, I hope that changes.
I hope too, for the sake of the blues. And for someone wanting to start, and this is a two-part question, for someone wanting to start in the blues world, into the blues world, what's your advice? And the two part is for a musician wanting to start to play the blues, for someone that already knows how to play their instrument, but they want to start playing the blues. And the second part for someone as a listener that wants to engage more with the blues and know more. So what's your advice for those two different people?
Well, I say, you know, you can learn the blues, you can learn the history of the blues, you can learn to play the blues, technically right. But can you take that and can you make somebody feel good with it? Can you take it in front of an audience and entertain somebody? I can sit and I can learn all the history of people and where they played the song at and why they played it and all that kind of stuff. But blues, and what people need to understand, is more than just a genre of music. It's culture. It's entertainment. It's something to make you feel good. When I play, if I play a soul song, an R&B song, a rock and roll song, I know that I'm playing blues. I'm just playing another form of it. And if I can't entertain people with it, I don't want to do it. So I hear a lot of young guys coming out, man, they playing and whatever. But you hear that all the time, and you keep hearing that. So everybody that is doing that, they are all sounding the same, but just different people. Nobody is standing out, like I said, like a B.B. King, like a Freddie King, like a Stevie Ray Vaughan and stuff like that. These people you can recognize and know that they had their own style, they had their own presentation. They are people, not just, that's just some blues guy up on stage.
Playing licks.
Yeah, just playing licks. Anybody can play licks if you sit down and you learn them. You run them good. Everybody does that. But like I said, can you entertain me? BB, I can sit, but I could just go, that's the difference. You understand what I'm saying?
It's the one note.
That's
the one note thing.
And that's what I studied about BB. I knew he sang the blues and everything, but why he shook his finger, and how he made that sound and how it made me feel. And I said, that's what I want to learn. I can learn all the licks in the world. I can learn all the songs in the world. I can learn all the history in the world. But when I hit that note, and that note hits you right here, that's what it's all about.
That's probably when you get it, that
right.
The blues is not just those three chords, right? There's a lot more than those. The chords doesn't really matter. John Lee Hooker played it with one.
With one. So, it was. But he took.
But it's John Lee Hooker.
He got everything out of that one, though. Yeah.
And for someone wanting to listen, to as a listener, to get into the blues world, what's your advice?
Go back and listen to the masters. Don't start with Joe Bonamassa. Don't start with even Stevie Ray Vaughan. Go back and find out where these people got their influences from the original music, from the original people. And then you go backwards and go forward.
Can you give us, for the people that is watching, some names of the master, in your opinion?
Well, like for me, I'm a guitar-driven bluesman, so I listen to the B.B. Kings, the Freddie Kings, the Albert Kings, the Albert Collins, Stevie Ray Vaughan, and then later on I even threw in some, Eric Clapton, when the little British blues and stuff. And what I did was I kept my ear open. I didn't say, I don't like that because it's not like me or nothing like that. I listened to a combination of everything. I listened to country blues. I listened to, Chicago blues. I listened to, I can go on and on and on. You got the funky blues. Even I listened to rock-driven blues. And I took all that and I said, hey, that's all great music. It's all great music. And it's all how you play it. And it's all how you make people feel. But I'm gonna be me. You know what I mean? So I just took everything, and I said, you know what? I got to take it, and I got to make people feel good with it. So that's basically how I am. Yeah.
And last question for all the geeky guys that are watching. You have a really strange guitar, really different. Yeah. Well, tell us a little bit about the guitar, your choices on pickups, and more for the guitar players that are watching.
Okay, this particular guitar was made, it's called a Gerhard Guitar Works, and it's made in a little town called Windham, New York. My good friend Q, he's a master luthier, and I just like, clean lines, and I like, a little flair, And I like the sound, it's got to have the sound and the wood, just to make my ear feel good, Me, I'm not a technical guy at all, but if it sounds good, if it feels good, if it looks good, it's good for me. That's basically where I work. And these pickups here, these are TV Jones pickups, they're very, I guess they're boutique pickups, and they have a sound, a soulfulness that I, really like. And as I said before, if it sounds good here, it's good for me. Yeah.
Which TV Jones do you have? Do you know the
classics?
model?
Just the TV classics, yeah. Yeah, I was going to get, they have a Brian Setzer model that is a little hotter than what these are. So I said I'm going to start with the classics, and just in case it'd be too much for me. And I enjoy them. They're pretty good, yeah.
So thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And
pleasure,
I wish you a great show tonight.
Thank
And
you.
thanks a lot. Eu com o Sleiman, bons conselhos. Estivemos a falar de blues. Sou o Buda. Até à próxima.
Vamos falar de blues.